Now we're going to look at another, what I think is a positive story. I do feel that you will probably agree with me, which is that Mick Philpott, do we remember him? Murdered 6 of his children. But having said that, although it's a positive story, because what's happened is he's been attacked in prison. He's in prison. A lot of you, I think most of you maybe, but this was a big case, wasn't it, in the UK? This shameless Mick, 6 children, died in a house fire where it turned out that actually he had set it deliberately. Maybe not deliberate. I mean, I think it's fair to say probably did not intend to kill the children. His intent was to set the fire, save the children, become a hero, get a bigger council house. You know, Mick Philpott is a grifter of the worst order, a man who never worked really, never wanted to work, just kept on having children, getting more benefits, bigger house, council house, and was running out of room yet again in his council house. What never fails to amaze me, though, about this case is the women that he could attract. Women loved him. Now, something as well that's important to remember about Mick, even before this happened, he had attacked an ex-girlfriend severely, nearly murdered her. He should have been in prison years. You know, this is a man who wasn't even fit to walk among society. But for some unknown reason, women, especially his wife, Mairead, just adored him, thought he was brilliant, thought he was great. He was on the Jeremy Kyle. He was a bit of a minor celebrity. He was on the Jeremy Kyle show. He was in a documentary with Anne Widdecombe talking about his lifestyle, and she tried to get him out working. And of course, he only wanted to work when the cameras were on him. As soon as the cameras were off him, he never went into work again. You know, this man, and although I think, you know, he says he didn't intend to kill his children. But afterwards, he was loving all the attention as well. You know, he was just loving it. He's just a psychopath. He had no empathy for these 6 children who lost their life that night. Absolutely dreadful man. And his accomplices, of course, were his wife, Mairead. Now, do you know that Mairead Philpott, she's out now. She's been released already. She was complicit in this. And the other guy, Paul Mosley, this guy here, his best mate, he's out as well. You know, they were complicit in all of it, and they've been released. Bye, Tracy. Have a nice day. Let me just take Rachel's picture off. So just unbelievable, isn't it? That this man, crocodile tears. You watch any documentary about, you know, so-called crocodile tears, you know, murderers crying when really they knew what had happened. He's on all of them because he was dabbing away at his hands, like you can see on the pictures. No tears. Just, this tissue. And her, though. Look at her. To me, she is a total psychopath. Mairead, who is now out and walking amongst us, she is a complete psychopath as well. She just did whatever he told her. But I don't feel of her as a victim. She's not a victim. She wasn't scared of him. She loved him. She adored him. She would do anything he said, even though it put her own children in danger. That to me, she's just horrible, awful woman. All of them are awful. I can't believe that those 2 are out. 6 children died. Those 2 are out. Mick Philpott himself, he'll be out soon. Well, he'll be up for parole soon in a couple of years. He got the shortest sentence. Let's see, was it 16 years or 17 years? It was nothing for 6 children. You know, let's let that sink in for a minute. He murdered 6 of his own children. and he received, I think it's 17 years minimum or something like that. Said, oh, he's jail for life. Jail for life. It's not fucking life. Sorry, excuse my French. Life is not 16 years. Oh, 15 years. A minimum term of 15 years imprisonment. Bear in mind, this is a violent man who's also committed another atrocity earlier in his life against a woman who tried to finish with him. He tried to kill her. He thought he'd killed her. Just lucky for him, she didn't die. So he's been described by a psychologist as a psychopath and exhibitionist with antisocial personality disorder. He's got a history of domestic violence. Yeah. So he attempted to murder his girlfriend of 2 years, Kim Hill, her name was, or is, and she was only 15 when their relationship started. He shot her in the groin. He'd cracked her kneecap with a hammer. Oh, he shot her in the groin with a crossbow. He's one of them crossbow creeps. So he stabbed her over a dozen times while she was lying in bed. This is his ex-girlfriend from years ago, because she was trying to leave him. And he also stabbed her mother when she tried to help her. So his girlfriend suffered collapsed lungs and a punctured bladder, kidney and liver. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison and he was released after 3 years and 2 months. God, do you know what? I mean, human life has no value, does it? Or little value in Britain. Honestly, it really feels like that. You would rob a bank, you would get more than 3.5 years. He got 3.5 years for doing all that to his ex-girlfriend and for murdering 6 of his children. He's got 15 years minimum. 15 years. Good God, that's not even 3 years per child. Just makes you so angry, doesn't it? And then, so in the meantime, Mairead, she's free. She's got a new identity. Yeah. Here she is. She's got a completely new identity. She'll be protected, but she's walking free. These are the 6 children who died. Dwayne, John, Jack, Jesse, Jade and Jaden. Bless them. Now, I've got some pictures of her. Yeah, she'll be given a new identity. She got a convoy to keep her safe as she was taken to a halfway house. No, she's like, just being cosseted. And the other guy, he's out as well. Right, where's those pictures I had of her? I had some photos of her when she was released. Just disgusting, honestly. She's living her life. Just awful. But anyway, there was some photos of her. Oh, I can't find them now. I did have them. I think they were in the Daily Mail. There it is. So, evil mother Mairead Philpott enjoys a shopping trip after being freed from prison less than halfway through 17-year jail term for killing her 6 children in a house fire. So why has she been released? She got a 17-year sentence. So a woman convicted of the manslaughter of her 6 children in a horrific house fire has been spotted enjoying a shopping trip. She needed help stuffing a grey Peugeot full of items, including wrapping paper, as she left a bail hostel in the south of England. The 39-year-old was sporting a new darker hair colour following her release from prison in November after half of her prison sentence. So that was in 2021. So she's still young. She's only, she don't look too clever, I'll say that. There you go, Mairead. I don't think prison's really been very good for you. So she's dyed her hair black, but she's got the nice white roots. State of her. She's probably still in contact with Mick. She was absolutely besotted by Mick. She is the exact epitome of a covert narcissist. So she's like a passive aggressive, just hanging on Mick's every word, everything Mick asked her to do, she did, even at the expense of her own children. Horrible, horrible woman. I hope, honestly God, I hope you're having a miserable life, Mairead. I really do. So, yeah, I mean, what have you got on? You're still wearing your wedding ring. Is that a wedding ring? It's not on the wedding finger, having said that, so maybe not. State of it. Yeah. So, don't know who this poor woman is, but I'll tell you what, if that would be me, I wouldn't be very happy about my photo. A photo like that being put all over the newspapers. State of it. Yeah. You're going to have a nice Christmas. Oh, there you go. Oh, someone in a dressing gown there. I mean, they really know how to dress up, these people, don't they? They really know. They really know how to, how to look good. Oh, mind you, I hope nobody ever gets a photo of me when I'm putting my rubbish out. You don't look at the state. So we've got Mairead looks like Morticia. Got a woman in a white bathrobe. And then we've got the other woman who I do feel a little bit sorry for her because, most unflattering photos. Have you ever seen more unflattering photo? Oh God. But you see, that's what happens when you hang around with child killers. Because when you hang around with people who murdered their children, and not only that, because as I said, maybe I shouldn't use the word murder, it was classed as manslaughter. But, it wasn't that she was upset afterwards. They just covered up for it for ages. And then she was shagging him and his friend, just having a great time while her children were lying on the mortuary slab. Everybody else cared about the children more than they did. So I can't feel sorry for this woman having these, I'm sorry, get on a Slimming World diet or something, because if you're going to hang around with Mairead, you are going to get your photo taken at unflattering moments. So if I were you, I'd try and look good every time you step out of the house. Try anyway. Sorry. You know what? I don't mean to be nasty. I don't like being nasty, but this woman, I'm so angry with her, and really anyone that associates with her. What sort of a woman is she, and what sort of a person are you that you think it's okay to associate with someone like this? Have you even seen the story? Have you seen her interviews afterwards where she was pretending to cry? She did not give a shit about her own children. She was telling lies left, right, and centre. So she's not someone who came clean. It was a terrible mistake. We were trying to get a bigger house. No, all she cared about was Mick and her sex life. Oh dear, these poor children. They all look like him, don't they? It's a shame. And the school teacher said they were all lovely children. They were polite, despite being dragged up by this horrible person. They were lovely kids. Look, so everybody else cares about these kids except the parents. God. So a source told the Sun she's been eased back into life in the community. If she continues to comply with her probation requirement, she'll be able to slip back into life somewhere largely undetected. She's very much hoping for a fresh start. So she'll have had a new identity. She'll have been given somewhere to live, no doubt, benefits sorted out. You know, there you go. That's your reward for murdering 6 children. That's what you get for for murdering or killing 6 children. New identity, new house, benefits, you know, new friends. So Mairead was said to be delighted at being given her earliest possible release date. She was under curfew, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I mean, come on. Talk about shameless. State of it. There you go. Well, I just hope she has a miserable life. I really do. I don't believe she thinks about her children. She didn't think about them just after it happened, so she's not going to be thinking about them now. Horrible. Horrible woman. Anyway, I'm going to be going into this case more deeply. Oh, but I haven't even told you yet what happened to Mick. So the good news is, with a bit of luck, maybe, you know, anyway, Mick's, I'm not going to say that, I shouldn't say it. So Mick is a lot older than her. Like, she was only, about 40, 39. Mick is older. I think he's coming up 70 now, Mick, so he won't have done well in prison. But he's said to have been left battered and bruised after being attacked by fellow lags behind bars. He was allegedly targeted by another inmate who was armed with a metal container. A source told the Sun Philpott was in a bad way after the attack, battered and bruised with 2 large noticeable lumps on the back of his head. Oh, diddums. Diddums. The other lad pounced on him and whacked him quite a few times from behind. One bloke on his own, someone quite a bit younger than Philpott, and it happened really quickly on the landing. There was a huge commotion as guards rushed to calm the situation, but they told the publication that Philpott, who was convicted of 6 counts of manslaughter, could have come off a lot worse in the attack. He was serving his sentence in the same jail that has held some of 68, some of Britain's most notorious criminals, including serial killer Dr. Harold Shipman and double child murderer Ian Huntley. And the Mirror reports that the arson attack committed by Philpott in Allington, Derby, killed Dwayne 13, Jade 10, John 9, Jack 7, Jesse 6, and Jaden 5. So, and of course, the other thing that they planned to do was frame his ex-partner, because at one point he had 2 women living in that house with him, with the other kids. Didn't he have about 15 kids in total? Don't know, I've lost count, but and she left him. He then tried to kill himself. Shame he didn't manage it. Which, you know, Mairead, then she tried to do herself in because she was upset that Mick cared about the other woman. Anyway, we're going to be going into all that in another video. But they planned to emerge as heroes after rescuing the children. And in the wake of the fire, the shameless Philpotts held a press conference, appearing to break down in despair at their loss of their children. But police discovered it was all a sham, I think they mean there, when they bugged a hotel room and heard them admit their guilt. So he'll be eligible for parole in 2028. That's only 3 years away. So there you go. But at least, yeah, good. I hope they give him a rotten time in prison. I really, really hope they give him an absolutely rotten time. And I hope that Mairead is having a rotten life. I honestly do. Hi, Lisa J. I just, you just cannot help, the best will in the world. And there is, to me, this is one of those cases. There are no extenuating circumstances. Things happen. Maybe they didn't plan to kill the children. But just the way that they covered up, it's not even so, what happened? Do they say, oh, it was a mistake, it was a mistake? Yeah, well, then admit your mistake. And there they went, not only accusing someone else of doing it. Let's see if we'll just watch their press conference to finish, I think, just so we remember. But I will be doing a deep dive on this. I mean, I remember it. I think we all remember it, don't we? This press conference. And if you didn't see it then, you've probably seen it since, because it's always held up as an example of crocodile tears, in a press conference. The police, they get people to go and make press conferences, don't they, in the hope that they'll give themselves away. Let's just watch this before we finish.
First of all, I want to thank my 3 oldest children.
Look at her.
Because they helping us to cope with what's going on. And then there's a young lad called Daniel Stevenson who tried to get in the house, the same as myself, Joe across the road, and the Butler brothers. And of course, there's the 4 firemen.
The state of
police, the ambulances, the doctors, the nurses, literally.
But she thinks just screwing her face up, no tears, holding the tissue up, is going to make it look as if she really cares.
Everybody who tried to help save our children, they couldn't.
No tears.
Just give me a minute.
Tissue. Yeah, just give me a minute. Oh.
You have enough? We decided.
I think either that same night, the night before, or the next night, she was having a gangbang with him and his friend. So she wasn't that upset, really, was she?
That through our son Dwayne, and unfortunately the last one to pass away, that we're going to donate his organs to save another child, which is what we want. Because
he's so good.
If you save another child, that makes us happy. It takes a bit of the pain away.
Oh, what heroes you are! What heroes you are!
And
donating
we can't express our gratitude to everybody that's been concerned with the case, with what's been going on. I've actually been down to our home, and what we saw, we just cannot believe it. We grew up in a community that's had a lot of problems with violence and God knows what else, and to see this community to come together like they have, it's just too overwhelming. We've had people from
the people that helped to take those children out of that house who were dead, they were traumatized for life. And look at her just pretending to cry. And as I say, she was enjoying herself, having some sort of threesome with him and his mate around this time. She doesn't care. He doesn't care. They're probably just thinking, we'll definitely get a new house now.
America, France, even the travelling community, it's just, we've been to see them, it's just overwhelming, isn't it? But I say I can't express enough.
And when they booked their phone calls, he was saying to her, did you cry? Did you cry? Did you cry? He told her everything to do. Terrible.
The police, the fire brigade and the ambulance services, because what we feel, them poor gentlemen from the fire brigade saw what we've seen. My heart goes out to them, because it's not just us that's suffering, it's them as well. It's everybody. But there's one thing I would request is please leave my family alone. If you've got any questions or anything at all, please don't come through me or my family. Please go to the police, because what's happening at the moment, you're disrupting what these officers are trying to do. So please, I beg you,
Oh, where's the tea
leave us alone
from,
and
Mick?
let us try and live in peace and quiet. That's all I ask.
Peace and
Thank
quiet. Peace and quiet. Yeah, please leave us in peace and quiet. That's all I ask. So that we can have a gangbang with my mate. Do whatever we want. Oh, God. Arr. Arr. Okay, hi, Annie. Oh, nearly finished now, Annie. You'll have to do your what do you call it, replay. Just finishing now because I'm just off to work as well, Annie. So we'll be working together. So listen, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for caring about all, that's a lot that we've talked about. As I say, I am going to split this video probably later on. We've talked about all these people, a lot of people that we've talked about. I'm going to split this video later on into smaller videos because each of these things that I've talked about, they all deserve an individual video really, but I just didn't have time to, and I just thought, well, I'll do a live talk about all of them, but I will be covering Rachel Marin's trial as it goes on over these next 2 weeks. I mean, all of them I'll be giving updates, of course, and I will be doing a deep dive on the Philpotts quite soon. And updates on the other cases as and when they come in. So, thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Remember to look after you because you are the most important person. I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you.